Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session. We're going to get started in just 2 minutes. What is Customily? Most of you installed the app quite recently and are either getting started with your store from scratch or beginning the process of setting personalizable products on an existing store. For both cases, we have the perfect tools to get started. So, Customily is an app that is installed in your store and provides you with live previews of your products, along with options that your customers can interact with. Whenever they interact with these options, they will change the live previews with every interaction, from text input to clipart selection or image upload. Your preview will change live and give you a realistic example of how your customization will look on any product. At the same time, whatever your customer inputs and previews here will be created later once they purchase the product as a print file. So you will no longer need to go back and forth with proofs for your customers to see what they want customized. That will be sorted out by them automatically using Customily in your front end. And later, once you have all their input, you don't have to create the print file. Customily will create that for you with the exact information that your customer input on the storefront. So basically, I have an example here, this ceramic mug, and you see this is a listing photo, but Customily has loaded the options and loaded the live preview here. So whenever I type something here, I get to see that live change here. I also get to see other fields. I can actually change fonts if I were, change colors as well. And check out this. There's a message I can put here. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And guess what? In this case, I can change the color of the post-it. This is a customization that you're seeing live. You're seeing exactly what you're going to get printed later. And whenever I preview this and I purchase this, you will get the preview image, but the merchant, the store owner, will get a ready-to-print file created by Customily with this exact information. So that's the great advantage of having Customily in your store for customizable products. Another example we have here is a candle. Remember, this is the week we are exploring some ideas for being cozy at home. Some are in summer, some others are in winter, and or getting into those seasons. So you can have a brand new products for your house and home decor. And in this case, this candle, actually you can set up to be to change any quote. So you don't have to type something. You can choose from made quotes, for example, type in names, and then you see you have a chance to select clip arts. In this case, if I change the skin tone, I'm changing clip arts, changing hand colors, for example. That's something that you can do with Customily. And if you like and you want to change the background as well and change the colors of the letters, you can do so as well. So Customily does this for you, and you get to see a candle here, but you get to print a label later. And that's the advantage of Customily. Now, this preview is done by loading a template on the page as well as the options. And these two elements, the template and the options, are created in Customily. So you can create brand new products, and we're going to show you how, but you can also follow the steps to create templates from scratch, then create the options automatically by Customily, and connect those templates and options to any existing product in your store. So Customily will work for new products and for existing products equally. Customily 2.0 is our latest update for Shopify stores, which allows you to create and publish personalized products easier, faster, and better than before. Those starting your stores from scratch, like I said, will have more interest in this section because now you can choose a product directly from a print on demand supplier, add a design to it, and get it published in your Shopify store all from Customily app. Also, with the print on demand services that have an API connection, all the fulfillment processes will be automated. This means that once you receive a purchase, all the order details and the ready to print file will be sent to the corresponding POD provider automatically for fulfillment and shipping. Another interesting feature for Shopify users is the free access to Customily Design libraries. This means you can find designs ready to use, or you can use these exclusive cliparts and create your own designs for selling. So there's a great advantage in joining us over Customily 2.0. So we can say that there are four paths that you can explore with Customily 2.0. You can work with a print-on-demand provider who has its own product catalog and add a design from Customily's library to it. This is the fastest path, the one that allows you to have published products ready to sell in minutes. You can work with a print-on-demand provider, but choose to add your own designs to their products. In this case, you will have to populate your design library before being able to publish products in your store. On the other hand, if you have your own products and are not interested in working with a print-on-demand provider, the way to go is to start by populating your product-based library first. After you have your own product mockups, you can choose to add a design from Customily's library to them and create and publish products really fast. Or you can, of course, add your own designs to your own products. This is the path that involves more time, but once you have all your product mockups and all your designs set up, it's just a mix and match game and you'll be able to create and launch new products in seconds. Like I said, these tools are for creating products. So either you create products to be fulfilled by a POD supplier, or you create products to be fulfilled by yourself or someone outside of the usual PODs that have integrated with us. Now, if you're going to be using existing products, there are ways to do that, and I'm going to show you. Like I said, you will need to create the template and the options. Imagine I'm a Shopify store owner, which apparently I am. I have my own store and I want to start selling personalized products. So I just install Customily and to try it out. This is the main screen and the main menu of Customily. If you sign up for the first time, you will get an onboarding that I really encourage you to follow because it's going to show you the step-by-step that you will see here, but it's going to guide you each path, each step of the way, giving you a concept of what each section represents, okay? Those that have already signed up to Customily, you can run the onboarding again, or I encourage you to follow the live sessions we have done so far, because those examples that I gave you about the 4 different ways to interact with Customily, those are all covered in different live sessions, as well as creating our own, creating customization for existing products. We have done that in many live sessions. So I encourage you to explore them all, to check over with our team which one should be the best videos to get started, but they're all in our YouTube channel, and I encourage you to check them out. They're really easygoing, not so long. You can actually download the files on each live session to follow the tutorials on your side and really practice using the live session. So it's not just for watching, but also for practicing. We made that work that way. So coming back to here, we are in the main menu of Customily. You can see at the left bar that we have 6 sections. The first 3 sections are shortcuts to the 2.0 tools. The other 3 sections are the main core of Customily. And here you can explore, manage, and create your templates, upload and organize your assets in libraries, color libraries, vectors, fonts, and images. And you can see all your connected products in the store section, as well as change many settings that will help you customize the front end experience of your customers. Okay, so like I said, today we're going to be creating the products I show you. And here's how we're going to work. We are going to create this candle setting up a product of our own. So we don't have this product in our store. We're going to create this product because let's say we just got these candles and we have the stickers, okay, and we want to offer customizations for them. So we have all the specifications to make a product base. And then now for the customization design itself, we're going to use a Customily Design. Now, in case of the ceramic mug, we have this really cool idea of this drawing. I wish you live next door with the houses, and we want to customers to be able to type in their names, change the font, and on the other side of the mug, we want to have like a nice post-it. Usually, this post-it would be yellow, but with Customily, you can add the feature to change the color. And we're going to show you how, and you will have also the files later to play with this. Very interesting thing about the mugs. Usually mugs are printed all around, so it's a wraparound print file that you need to create. Basically, it's a rectangle, a very long rectangle that will wrap around in probably 2 by 1 proportion. Okay, so that gives you the idea of what kind of design you need to make in Customily. Now, in this case, this mug, we picked this POD Gearment, so we can actually get into the Start menu here and create a new product, like that. When you create a new product, here you get to see the access to the print-on-demand providers that have integrated with us. And also you get to see, in my case, this is all full, but it may start empty and you're going to start adding stuff. You will see your design library and your product base library. These designs can be put into any product at all. POD products that you will create down here. So eventually you can combine this with this, and you can combine this without any problem. Now for the PODs, you will see some of them that are in color, some others are not. That depends if you have integrated your API. If you have an account with them, you can just retrieve the API of that account and put it in Customily. Really quickly, I'm going to show you how. You need to go to Settings up here at the beginning, at the main menu. And in one of these tabs, you will find the Integrations tab. Here you have, this will be starting off empty, and you will start to populate this with your integrations. You can select from this drop-down menu what integration you want to add. In this case, I want to add Gearment because I'm going to be using them. So I pick Gearment and I enable integration. This will add Gearment to my list. And what I need to do is I need to retrieve the API key from my Gearment account, and also in this case, the API signature. Okay. If you don't know where to find this, if you click here, you will be sent to our Help Center article that will guide you through the process. Once you have this filled and this filled, you click Save Settings. It will turn green, and you will have now a full automatic fulfillment integration with Gearment as well. Okay, so whatever product you create using Gearment, someone customizes and purchases that product in your store, and the print file will be sent directly to the POD for fulfillment. There's no manual interaction when you have API fulfillment. Those that have automatic fulfillment will be indicated here, Okay, so we're going to click Gearment and find the mug. This is Gearment catalog. There's a lot of products here, and since they release products every day, all PODs, whatever product you want to sell and you haven't seen that here yet, just request that to the support email, and we're going to integrate that product as well. Right? We keep integrating this daily, but well, to be fair, there's a lot of products, and it's really interesting to see what the customers also want to get started. So this is our mug. Actually, we want to build this product. So we pick this, and we have two variants. I can imagine a black mug, so I'm going to pick white. And when I click next, I get to choose which design I want to put. I can pick from my designs, or I can pick from Customily Designs. Okay, I wanted to go to my designs, but I don't have any design yet. So I should first go to my designs here. Okay, and well, imagine you are starting off and you're going to create a new design. So we're going to call this the live session I wish mug. Okay, very important. If you're going to be creating a design for a mug, the name of the design needs to have the word mug. Why? Because Customily will protect your own designs from going into a mug in any POD, because, like I said, mugs are horizontal long print files, and if you try to put any design that is not meant for a mug, it's going to print on the center of the of the print file, and basically you're going to see that design on the curve of of the at the front of the mug, on the opposing side of the handle. And actually, we don't want that. We want that to be on both sides of the handle. So Customily will identify those designs that can fit a mug. And the way to do is to add this word here. So we're going to create a design. And by default, you start off with a big white canvas in square, 1 meter by 1 meter. And welcome to our design studio. In the design studio, you can put together a lot of things to create your own customizations. You can set up text boxes so customers can input their own text. You can create placeholders. That way, your customers will be able to upload their own images or their own vectors. You can create map or star map elements. These are custom maps that your customers will be able to pick their own locations, change the styles, and well, customize that sort of products. And these two tools, the dynamic images or vectors, as you see, they have 4 elements in their icon, because this means these objects can hold many images altogether, or many vectors, depending what you're trying to achieve. If you put one image in one of these objects, okay, you're basically creating a background, okay? But if you put many images, you are creating an option for your customers, right? Because they can choose the first one, the second one, the third one, etc. It's pretty much what we have here. We have a white background or a rainbow background. So these are 2 images in the same object, in the same dynamic image. It's the same. We have a lot of hands. Basically, we have 5 hands, and they are in the same dynamic image object. That's the concept behind a dynamic image or vector. We're going to use them. So first of all, we need to resize this to something that is close to the print and the design of a mug, correct? So we're going to click resize. I know most people think on inches. I think on centimeters and millimeters. So I hope you don't mind that I have this already figured out in millimeters. But you can choose inches or pixels easily. So we're going to edit this, and this is more like a print file for a for a mug. On this side, we will create one part of the mug, then there's a blank space where it takes the curve, and on the other side, we have the other part of the design, correct? So what are we going to do? We need some assets. And this is very important because before jumping into Customily, you need to have figured out what do you want to sell, where are you going to be fulfilling that on your own side or on a POD side, and most importantly, what kind of customization will you offer? Sometimes you have a nice design and you want to change the names only. So basically you need a dynamic image to put your design on, and then you need a text to allow customers to type something. Basically, that's all you need. So you create those elements and you start playing around and rearranging. These ones can be put anywhere I want. Right now, I'm thinking about I'm going to be using this as a square. I think my image is a square. And I'm going to come here to the alignment tools to make sure this is aligned. So if I have a design right now, okay, I have a design, I can create this dynamic image element and find this button that says upload images. Not just one, but many. And I happen to have this design. You happen to have this design on the Drive folder following this video. This is just a PNG file with the design without any names. Why? Because we want to add the names as a Customily text input. So customers, you see here, you can type something, like my name. Okay? The size that I input can be something already. For example, if you know you're going to be you're going to be creating designs for a specific product for a specific POD, if you go to that POD website and you find that product, they will give you the exact size of the print area, so you don't have to try and error. You just come here and you change that. Usually, most PODs will have all the specifications about the print sizes. Now, if you're going to be using your own products, definitely you know that print size, okay? But the idea why I created this design with the specific size of the mug is because, well, I want this to fit my mug. Then I'm going to create another design with the same size and different content and use the same mug and create a new product which is the same mug with a different design, and so on, so on. But as long as I know this, and this will be data from our POD, it's easier for us to put together things and save us a lot of time. Yeah, I know you asked that, so I wanted to clarify that as we are here. Now I'm going to shrink my name here, put it here. Yep, and okay, and then I'm going to do the same. So I can basically I can copy any item and paste it by hitting Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste. Now, I'm sorry if I'm running on Windows, so I don't know which one this particular key is on the keyboard. Okay, but it's the same way you would copy and paste any text or any image at all. You do that with any Customily item. You select it, you copy and paste. Command plus C is what you use. Command plus C and plus B. So, yep. Command plus C. Yeah, so we get this to copy, this to paste. So I have these two. I want them to be aligned, so I'm going to pick them both and center them together. Yeah, I like that better. So now I have this, but this font is really dull, so I'm going to change a couple of things. For that, when you select a text element, every element has a transform tab in which you can be more precise about the coordinates, rotations, and sizes. But depending on the object, you will have other tabs here to add more features. For example, the character tab. Character tabs allows me to change the size of the font as to the maximum. In this case will be 50, but no way this is 50. Actually, this is 17.75. So if I keep typing, I will get I will reach the end of the box and start shrink and shrink and shrink, but I can no longer tab add more text because basically I reached my minimum size. Okay. If I want to add to fit more characters, I can just keep making the minimum size smaller, and you see how I can fit more characters. Be careful with this because at some point this will be unprintable because it's going to be too small. So keep it around. Yeah, and it's going to be well. And oh, that's a new one. Back here, back here, 10, 20. So they behave the same. And please get aligned. Okay. One thing that I want to also do, like I said, not only the size of the characters, but also the font. And I can actually change my fonts. Now, I have a lot of fonts here, but you can add fonts from your computer at any time, and they will be stored in your Customily user, and you can access them anytime I want. And I can, for example, set this to be, okay, Arial will be the option number 1 for the font. But if I go to option number 2, I can put another font. And now I have two choices, choice 1, choice 2. I can go to option number 3 and add another one, and I will have 3 options. And customers will get these options just like you see here. Now, instead of going that manually one by one in both texts, I'm going to pick a library to save myself a lot of time. And let me tell you a bit more about libraries really fast. So libraries here are places where you can upload and save and organize all your assets, from images to vectors to colors and fonts. And in the fonts particularly, I created a library called Summer Vacation here. So basically, if I edit this, I will see my list of available fonts. I can add more fonts, and whatever fonts I add will get into here, and they will show up as well here. But I only upload the fonts and organize them once, and then I replicate that list on many texts at the same time. So basically, I pick the library, I select Summer Vacation, and now I have which one? 7 fonts. And if I want to change that, I just come here, pick library, select the Summer Vacation, and I have the same. So it's faster when you have fonts, when you have libraries. So first side of the mug, ready. Let's go for the second one. Second one, remember we had a post-it. And quick trick about the post-it. Post-it has 2 pieces. And let me show you really quickly what I found. Now you can browse the web and find a lot of assets that don't are free to download, or you can buy your own. But it's important to get inspired first, because otherwise you don't know what you're looking for. We wanted to put a post-it. Okay, so we found a post-it. Basically, it has like a shadow, like a drop shadow, and has like a curve here. And say, okay, that's beautiful enough. We can put that image. But what if I want to change the color, and not just any some colors, but any color at all? So in that case, I cannot use an image, okay, because images have one color. But I can use a vector, an EPS file. Now the EPS file will be the yellow part. So I created that. Okay, I'm going to save you some time. So for an EPS file, which is a vector, I'm going to create, instead of dynamic image, I'm going to create dynamic vector, like that. Let's go for small one. And if I upload this EPS, I have this post-it EPS. Okay, so that's my EPS. as beautiful as that. And I can put a text box because I want to give a message. So I can put a text box here. Okay. Um, I'm going to find a nice uh, font. Okay, I like this font. And if you want, if you keep typing, and you can actually get smaller, and at some point, Customily can actually jump the line for you. But it's not doing that because I need to click here to automatic multi-line. Yeah, and actually, I don't want this to be, want this to have a message. Okay, that's pretty much what I want. Perfect. So this is my message, this is my post-it. And the cool thing about a vector is that if you go to vector mode, you can actually set this to be a single color. And now you're able to change any color at all of that vector. And that's amazing about this kind of files. So if eventually any customer will be able to change the color of this. Right now, I'm going to pick one color just for the sake of previewing this, but then we create a color picker and that's it. Now, this could be the end of my product, right? But I feel there's something missing. This post-it is really dull, really plain. So here's the trick. When I found this particular file, I realized that it had not only the post-it itself, but also had this incredible effect. And this can be saved as a PNG because remember, PNGs have transparency, and you can upload that in Customily really fast, like we uploaded this image. So I get to create a new dynamic image. I get to upload that, and you will find this asset here for you to save. This is the overlay mask, like that. I need to make sure it's actually the same size. And so to make sure we have all these aligned, I'm going to select all of them and center them by aligning them all together, like this. So now you see the effect is actually really cool. We have this, let's rename this. If you double click here, it's going to rename. I'm going to call this the shadow post-it, post-it. And this one is the name, the right name. This one is the left name. This one is the design. Now that we have all this, it's easier for us to check out and organize. And I think this one was a bit, whoops, like that. This is looking pretty well. So I'm ready to save my design. I know this is the right size for the printing mug. This is what I want for customization, and this is what I want this to look like. So I'm all ready to save. So once I save the design, and I'm here as well, I'm ready to go to start and create my product. But one small thing that I did not mention is we wanted the post-it to have a color picker, right? So for that, we actually need to change a couple of things about the options. Each time you create a design, Customily will create the options for you. Options are basically this: text inputs, font selection, and messages. So I'm going to click on edit options, and I will find the left name input, text input. So in this part here, in this option, customers, this is the option that controls how customers input their own text. This is the option that controls the font, and basically Customily created all the thumbnails already, and everything is working. Then the right name, the right name font, and the message you can put um, on the post-it. I'm missing another option, which is the color picker. Okay, and guess what? This can be done manually by going to Add option. Okay, and instead of a text input, if I open this, I have a lot of options to add. A lot of options. I can create drop downs, swatches, buttons to upload images, buttons to upload vectors, and here is the color picker. We're going to call this the post color. Which one should be the default color? Definitely not black, so let's go with the white. Yeah. And very important, right now we created a color picker, but it's not connected to any item on the design. We need to connect that to an item, and the item will be in the customily function. Basically, we want this color picker to control. What do we want to control? We want to control a vector color, a dynamic vector color. So let me try to remember the ID. Okay, very easy. Let's go to the design again, really fast. Always important to keep more than one tab open so you can double check these kind of things. Basically, I need to know the ID of the object I will be connecting to. So I go to post-it. This is the post-it, right? It's a vector, and it's ID number 4. As simple as that. So I come here and I type in 4, and done. All set and ready to go. So now that we have our design created, we can jump into start and create our product. Remember, we wanted to, oh, sorry, I think there's a questions. I'm being asked about if I need a vector to set the color picker. Actually, not that much. So let me show you really fast. I'm going to find that option. When you go to the color picker, you see a color picker can actually affect a text color. So you can change the color of a text to any text, to any color at all from the color picker. The color of an image. So when your customers upload an image, that image can be a single color image, and you can actually change the color of that image, or the color of a dynamic vector. Okay, that's what you can change with a color picker. It's a great question, so thank you for. It's very useful when you are working with texts as well. If you don't want to select from any text, you can input any color at all in that particular text. So back to the beginning, we're going to create a new product. The product was Gearment, was the 15-ounce mug. The variant was white. Print area is the whole area. And we click next. We find our design to be here, the live session I wish mug. So now we need to wait. Why? Because Customily just grabbed the information of the product base, of the POD, grabbed your design, and is putting them together to create a template. Not only a template and options, remember those are the two main things you need for Customily to work on the store, but it's also creating the product on their store. Creating the listing with a listing photo, with a name, a description, whatever Gearment sends us as the information for the template, basically the print area, the mockup, everything that will come from the POD, and then Customily will put the design and create the final template. That's what is loading right here, the new template, and you get to see the final mockup. Remember, this is going to print exactly the way you saw on the design, on a big rectangle. But on the preview, you get this to work perfectly. And check out this. I can change the fonts. I'm going to repeat how I pair these two. Okay, I saw that question. Basically, but I'm going to show you. Let me finish off with this, or maybe let's skip this and jump to another tab. The way I pair these two is I created a new product. I went to create new product. I selected from Gearment catalog specifically the product that I want to sell, the ceramic mug 15 ounce. I was presented with variants and I pick one variant only. The print area is by default the whole mug. And when I click next here, I get to select which design I'm going to be using. In this case, I'm going to be using, instead of Customily, I'm going to use my designs. And I clicked on the design that I created. That's it. I'm not going to create again, click again, because it's going to basically create this. This is the final revision. This is where you can actually experience how this looks, see how the fonts were created automatically, how you can preview them and change them. You can type a message. Okay. Okay, like that. And guess what? Our new color picker is changing our color post-it like that. And you see the effect is showing beautifully. So it's amazing how you changed something that is plain and dull and single color, but if you have a transparency on top of that, and like I said, most of those assets can be found online. And if I like this example, this nice preview, yeah, I can save it to be my new product image. There's a button here, very handy to have this as your new listing photo. Couple of things that you can do before you publish. You can actually edit the options if you want to change something else about the options, like the order or any, I don't know, any typo eventually. But also you can change the product details. This is a quick shortcut to what's inside Shopify. But if I want to change this to live session, I wish mug, and set a price to it of this, for example, okay, I can just do that, change the description and save it, and it will reflect on the product before you publish. If you click Save Draft, it's going to stay as a draft product in your store, but if you publish, it's going to be an active product. Now, very important, remember that I showed you how to put the API key of any POD. In my case, I still don't have the Gearment API, so Customily will warn me that it's not automatically fulfilling until I do that. I can actually go there right now or do it later. It's a great reminder. So now we have our new product published and ready to go. These are the options. And you can type anything. Just like that. Change the fonts and preview everything live and purchase. So I think I answered some questions, but I would like to know if we have some questions about this product before jumping into the candle, which is going to be really fast and easy. So talking about the candle is a product of our own. Okay, so to create a product of our own from scratch, we need to go to the Start menu, and we need to create a product base. A product base basically defines the print area and the mockup. So I'm going to click here, create a new product base, and I am asked to set up the name. So this is live session candle. And I know for a fact that I will be printing a sticker that is 6 by 6 centimeters. Nothing like that. So I'm going to create that page. This is the print area of my product. So whatever design I pick will be fitted into 60 by 60 millimeters maximum print area. Okay. Now, very important. How do I want this to be printed. I want this to be exported in not a vector file like EPS, DXF, or PNG or Illustrator, but actually a PNG file, really big in resolution. Okay, so now that I have the print area and the PNG X4 format with the resolution, I'm ready to jump in to see how this print area will look on my front end, on my preview settings in here. I have free tools here to play with. I can add the product images. I can add a mask. Remember what we did with the post-it? Actually, we're going to do the same here. And we have, in any case, I want to add other objects or images or change some other things to be presented here. I can use also dynamic images. But I want to add the product. So when I add the product, yes, I do have that. And give me 1 second because I have this here. So this is my product. My product has a blank label, yes, and inside that blank label, I need to put, I need to put my print area. So I'm going to resize my print area only for the purpose of the preview. I make sure that it covers the entire label. There's an effect there, but it's going to be lost in the process. Now, obviously, if I have this background and I have this print area, whatever design will be square, and we don't want that. We want that to have the shape of the label, and that's why we have masks. Masks are pretty much the same file, but with a trick. The trick is they have transparency. You see how this is empty. This is a transparency, meaning that everything around is not transparent, but the center is. And you get to see that here. You see how the center is transparent. So I'm not going to be, I'm going to just go to transform and make sure this is as big as the preview. Okay, and now my print area is like a sandwich here in which I have the product base and the mask, and within that we see the print area hidden behind this mask. This is the best way to set up a nice mockup and make sure that whatever design you put later will show up beautifully. Before I save this, I think there was a question, sorry. Oh, no, my bad. So when you click next, there's a final revision. Final revision is very important because you get to see what are you printing, okay? And what are we seeing on the front end? So customers will see the preview, and you as a merchant will get the production file as well. This is very important because this is a great feature of Customily, the way you see things, but what happens on the back end, and saves you a lot of time. So I'm going to save this, and in this case, there's no variant, so we're just going to erase all variant information and save this new product. Now that we have a product base, we can put any design on that and create a specific product in our store with a specific template and a specific options. And remember, we are here in my product bases. We need to go to start. The same steps we took for creating the mug we'll do here. We'll go to create new product, but we don't want any of this. We want this, my product basis, my own products. And this is the product that I want to use. No variants, no print area, but the default. And so we click next. And guess what? I'm not going to use my designs. I'm going to use Customily Designs. So I can put any design on my product. And well, I have a lot of design, hundreds of design. This is an amazing place to play with, to check out what we have. Every one of these clip arts are royalty free. And once you create something with a Customily design, all the graphics like the hairstyles and the dogs and the cats, everything will be on your account and available for you to use and create something completely new. So this is great to explore and to start creating products really fast. And let me think about what I want. I wanted to check out grandpa, grandma, friends, graduation. I have a lot of things. Oh, this one's the one that we created. So let's go for that. You and me, we got this. So if I pick any customized design, you will see the same process that you saw before. Customity creates the product on the store, creates the template, which is the combination of a design and a product page. And the options are inside the design always. So that will create a new template and a new option set, and they will show live on the new product. It's a process that takes 1 or 2 minutes, no, not more than that. Even if there's a lot of images, it's really fast. So check it out. This is my product base. Remember, we actually set this up. We picked this as the product image. We put a mask so no edges will see as square and flat. And this is the customity design that we picked. We have the couple's names, the quote options, we have the skin color options, and we have the background options. I actually don't like the background to be all the way down, so I can come here, click on edit options, and find the background swatch and click, hold, and drag all the way up to the first position. Okay, I'm going to save this again. These changes were saved exclusively for this particular product. And I'm going to set the background to no, the titles to black, and find this. Yeah, you and me, you got this. And like that. I can see if these swatches are working, so I can pick here and see what it, yeah, everything is working perfectly. I like this image. I'm going to save it as my new product image. And now I'm ready to publish this. No worries. Now, very important, remember that although this is a customity design and it's all done by us already, I needed to first have an image of the candle without any customization. And then I also had needed that image to have like a transparency so I could create the effect. So you need certain images and assets to get started. It's important to check out what do you need first before jumping into creating the things. As I'm pretty sure that once you have a clear idea of what you want to do and what you want to offer, definitely navigating Customily will be a lot easier because you know exactly what you need and what tools you need from Customily. So on the front end, we can change this and check out these partners for life. Anything like that, and everything is working perfectly and previewing exactly the way you want, like that. Now, we don't have a particular, because there was a question over there, we don't have a particular set of backgrounds and images, but whatever you picked in the customity design is already on your customity user. And you can actually check that on your side. You can go to customity again, go to libraries, go, for example, to image libraries, and you will find that in the last page, because this is organized like this, you will see that there's a couple titles. These, for example, are the quotes. And there are two categories, so I open this, and I get to see the quotes that I use for the design. And this is all yours to use any way you want. I also have the hands, so I work holding hands. And I have my hands here. The same goes with the hairstyles and the skin tones and everything about any characters of us. When you have a lot of backgrounds to select, those backgrounds are in libraries as well. So whatever you see in the Customily designs can be imported to your user by creating even a draft product to begin with. And you will have full access to those assets and feel free to use them. Whatever other assets you want to acquire or purchase, you can upload them to Customily just like I did with the post-its, just like I did with the houses design. Okay, remember that we have an excellent support team available to help you during your first steps and assist you with anything you need. You can write us via email at support@customily.com. Open a live chat in the app. It's open during business hours in Eastern Time. And it's really great if you join our Facebook communities because there's a lot of people sharing tips and content, or they can watch the live sessions, they comment on the live sessions, suggest new products and ideas. So it's really great. We get a lot of feedback from those communities, and there's a great place to get started as well. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. I thank you all for joining us, for celebrating with us 20 live sessions. I hope more are to come, and we'll see you next week with more product ideas and hope to hear from you very soon. Have a great weekend and see you next. Bye bye.